Hey everybody, it's Melissa and I'm going to be giving you my top 5 favorite fragrances for July 2023. There's a couple scents that have been knocked off this list, which is unfortunate, but I haven't used them this month. So I can't really say they're my favorite for the month when I haven't used them, right? So discount codes, discount link for these fragrances in the comment section and the description box below in case you want to support the channel. But if you don't want to, it's all good. Go buy where you're comfortable. This is not a sponsored video. This is not a promotional video. Nothing like that, all right? So in 5th place is Molecule 02 by Eccentric Molecules. I was gonna say by ISO E Super. No, it's not even an ISO E Super fragrance, all right? This is more of an Ambroxan scent. And I have to say, now that I'm looking at my lineup here, about half these fragrances are just used as enhancers for a couple scents. Yeah, so like these, like I haven't been using Molecule 01 by itself, but it's been something that I've been layering with other fragrances on this list. But honestly, with Molecule 02, it is an easy to love type of scent. This is the type of fragrance for people that kind of want to have a not so obvious signature scent. You know, you want to smell good, you want it to carry, but at the same time, you don't want to smell citrusy, you don't want to smell floral, you don't want to smell sweet. You just kind of want it to smell natural, if possible. You know, and for me, Ambroxan, it's an attractive note, especially now in like these modern times. You smell Ambroxan in things like Delina by Parfums de Marly. It's very prominent in Dior Sauvage, so it's just a very popular note, used a lot in so many fragrances right now, both niche and designer, all right? But Molecule 01, this lasts on my skin for about, I could still smell it past 8 hours, but it comes in and then it goes out. You know what I mean? It's not a consistent sort of smell that I'm like, okay, it's there on my skin all the time. But now that I think of it, with a majority of fragrances, it like you will go nose blind to scents. You know, that's not something that it's rare for you to never go nose blind and smell it the whole entire way through. But this one pops in and it pops out, and I kind of like the relationship we have. You know what I mean? So this one, again, more on like the quiet side of just not being a loud fragrance. But at the same time, it still will be something noticeable when people kind of catch a whiff on you. They're like, okay, that's kind of nice, but I don't know what it is. You know, it's an attention getter in that sense. Kind of keeps them a little bit puzzled. Keeps them wanting more, but they don't know like why they like the smell of you. You know what I'm saying? So this also fantastic when you layer it with other fragrances. I get so many questions from people. They're like, can I layer this with Carlisle? Can I layer it with whatever? You can layer this with whatever you want. With a weak fragrance, with a strong fragrance. For me, I don't like layering like these type of scents with things that are already strong. I don't really find a point in it. I'm not trying to go for like extra longevity. So that's just not really my cup of tea. But in 5th place, Molecule 02. All right. In 4th place is Molecule 01. What did I say? What did I say? All right. Half of these things are going to be enhancers, but Molecule 01 is an ISO E Super fragrance. If anything, this one is a little bit, in comparison to Molecule 02, a little bit less noticeable to the wearer. So there's so many people that have opinions on this fragrance, rightfully so, but they say, I don't know why people buy it. It smells like nothing. I can't pick up anything on it. But for me, again, it's like Molecule 02 where sometimes it pops in and it pops out. But I feel like once you are able to smell this on yourself, like the very first time, like ever, you'll be able to pick up on what this smells like. So for me, this is just, again, another no-brainer type of fragrance for all of you looking for that smart scent. You want a fragrance that you could wear to work, but when it's time to party after work and you start to kind of heat up a little bit and then the fragrance starts, you know, pushing out a little bit more, it's just smart in that sense, you know? So it's not gonna be something that's gonna be loud in the office. This one becomes more noticeable the more active you get. So the more your body heats up a little bit, the more noticeable Molecule 01 will become. And like even right now, I can kind of smell it, you know? And if you want, what you can do is you can apply this on clothes. If you can't, both of these, if you can't pick up on a scent, why don't you just apply this on a sweater or something, leave it in your closet, then come back a day later and try to smell that sweater? Because there will be a certain smell on there. Again, this is me being subjective with it, all right? But because I do know there's people that don't notice it at all, but then they'll receive compliments from other people. And they'll be like, I don't even know what they're smelling, but I've just been getting compliments on this scent. And it's actually more of a head scratcher, not for the people that smell it on you, but for the wearer. Because it's like, okay, I'm getting compliments. I don't know why. I know I applied this thing, but they're telling me I smell great, but I have no idea what they're talking about, and I just have to say thank you, right? So it's one of those things. For me, a compliment that's very common to receive when I wear this by itself is that I smell like clean laundry. That has been like the recurring thing. That clean laundry, or you just smell fresh. Those are the two compliments that kind of go back and forth when I use Molecula 1. And personally, I like Molecula 1 more than Molecula 2. This bottle has been in my collection a lot longer than Molecula 2 has, but I wouldn't really plan to re-up on O2. I would rather re-up on O1, all right? Now, in third place, we got another enhancer. It's Blue Agave by Precious Liquid. This is the new version of the fragrance. So the difference between this and the original is they just doubled the concentration here, so it's a much stronger scent. This one will last over 8 hours. It is a strong, summery type of scent. And the reason I say that it's an enhancer is, yes, I have worn this as a signature by itself, and it's so good. Like, it's really, really good. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to make it my signature because I know somebody that wears, you know, the smaller bottle version of it. And if I know somebody personally that wears that, I don't want to also make that my signature. So it's just, that's the only kind of reason why I'm not using this much more. But I do like this as an add-on smell with my go-to for the month of July. Like the #1 fragrance that I have here, you guys already are probably going to know exactly what it is, but seriously, that thing is so good. And when I put a touch of Blue Agave on it, it makes it just even better. You know what I'm saying? So what does Blue Agave smell like? It smells like Blue Agave. All right. There's also some like sea moss. There's like a little bit of sweetness to this fragrance. I think that it's the sea moss. And then it's just like this fresh, like fun, summery scent. So for me, my take on this fragrance was very much beach workout driven, right? If you're somebody that lives a very active lifestyle, you throw on something like Blue Agave before the gym, you're gonna smell fantastic during your workout because yes, you're getting sweaty, but this is the type of fragrance that smells sexy when you get sweaty, right? And then let's say you shower up after your session and you're about to go meet somebody for brunch, and then you dress up and then you throw this on again, and it's popping. It smells so good. This is also the type of fragrance you wear if you're like going on a boat. You know what I mean? You're going on a boat, you're wearing some white linen, whatever it is, and you just know when you're sitting on that boat and the wind is hitting your face that you are just a sexy person. It just has that vibe to it. Now, again, that was my take of it. If you saw the video with my sister, she's like, I see this as more of like a, she was like, this is like a, she said that the word sexy was like basically child's play to describe this fragrance. She's like, you know, when you see a hot guy in like a business suit, in business attire, you're not just like, oh, he's sexy. It just doesn't do it justice. You know what I mean? She's like, there's something so fine about this fragrance. So for her, this is more of like, instead of like, yes, it's fun and it can be flirty, but it's more of like that grown scent of, oh, this is somebody that's getting into their prime, or somebody in their prime. This is somebody that has their shit together. This is silent luxury. That was how she was describing the scent. She did say that it was a head turner fragrance, a great masculine scent. If she smelled this on a guy, she was like, it's just like, it's like an effortlessly dominant, seductive, like I'm the shit type of fragrance. Like that's the type of personality that she sees with it. Not in a cocky way, but it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Just that type of person. They walk into the room and everyone, they just get attention, not because they want it or they're trying to get it, but everyone's eyes just zero on that person. You know, so for her, that was what Blue Agave was. And she has smelled the original and she thought it was nice. She's like, oh yeah, that's a good fragrance. But this one, she was like, oh my God, that is such a good masculine scent. So for me, like, this is signature scent worthy. Like, if I didn't know that person that was wearing it, maybe I would wear it more. But it's just a no-brainer type of fragrance. And then again, it has the mass appeal. All right, so this is the type of fragrance that if you're looking for a niche scent that nobody else is wearing, but you want it to perform so well when you're like out socially, right? When you're just interacting with people not interested in fragrance, it's just your everyday sort of people. And you want something that's gonna stunt on them where they're gonna be like, oh my God, you are the best smelling person. Blue Agave is just that choice. If you're gonna get this fragrance to try to, if you hang out with a bunch of niche heads and people that love Amouage and stuff, they're probably not gonna be taken with the scent. But again, it's a difference if you're trying to impress internet people and if you're trying to impress real life people. All right, so this is just the type of fragrance that, again, you can wear when you're being active, but if you wanna turn it onto like a more professional level, right, you can wear this. If you're gonna wear this at a black tie event, it's gonna smell good. Wear this at a wedding. It's just like the easiest fragrance to throw on, and nobody is wearing scents like this in the general public. Again, now that's me generalizing, but I really have to specify that because like I said, those blue fragrances, like, I know this has blue in it, but those fragrances like Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, and even with Aventus that has been used a little bit more, Aventus not to the scale of Sauvage, but still, this is just like, this is a sleeper scent. I'm telling you, people do not know about this fragrance and it stunts every single time. Really good fragrance. Now, in second place is my baby Elysium. I swear, if I had a discount code for this fragrance, y'all would be sick of me, all right? I've been talking about this scent for the past 2 years, and I'm still hoping that I can pull out a discount code for this fragrance. I don't even care if in every single video people are gonna say, stop promoting this. You're, oh my gosh, why do you keep talking about that? I would run that to the ground because I still get so many people saying, do you still really love Elysium? Like, should I get it? I wish that it was cheaper, all that sort of stuff. This scent is so good. Now, I will say, I really haven't been using it as much this month. I've used it probably maybe more of the first week of July and then once since then. But the whole month, the rest of the month, it's been taken over by, you probably already know what, but Elysium is just like, I don't want to dwell on it because y'all have heard me just mention this on my list for the past like year already, but it's a fresh like pineapple lemon cocktail on my skin. Pineapple and lemon, that I don't even think those are notes in this fragrance. I believe it's a juniper berry, grapefruit sort of scent. But again, the only critics of Elysium are the people that are into niche fragrances. The ones that they don't like that it doesn't challenge anything. It's not complex. It's not, you know, all that sort of stuff. And also performance for some people, right? Some people are getting less than 2 hours with the scent. For me, I still smell this on myself past 6. So I am loving Elysium. I like this better than the Intense Flanker. I really want to try the Parfum version because I feel like I would love that. But this is a staple. This is a staple in my collection. Look how much juice. This is my most used fragrance in my entire collection. It's already getting to that point that when I do apply it, depending on like where the, what's it called? The straw. I mean, it is the straw, but you know what I mean. Like, it's getting harder to spray it because of the juice is getting less and less and less. But life of the party, fun scent. I won't drown, all right? Y'all have heard me do it over and over again. And number one, I mean, you can guess it in the comment section right now, but it's very obvious. Aqua Oud. All right, Aqua Oud. I received a DM from somebody today that was like, Melissa, I just received Aqua Oud yesterday, and you were right. This thing was lasting from the morning until nighttime. Like I said, it's a seamless, transitional type of fragrance. This has been the scent of July 2023 for me. Right when I smelled this fragrance, I was already taken. And I have to say, I was looking forward to it, but I was more on the skeptical side when I saw the bottle, right? I was like, okay, it's gonna be an oud scent. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. It does say aqua in it though, but typically with the fragrances I've been interested in trying, they have just fell flat for me. So I was thoroughly impressed with this fragrance. The oud here, it carries more in a way that it doesn't smell like crazy oud. It's not like boom in your face. Like it does have complexity to it, but in comparison to just those barnyard oud scents, it doesn't hold a candle to those. Like those are very out there, very polarizing. But what the oud does here is more silent. Like the oud here helps the fragrance perform. Like I said, like I could still smell this on myself past 10 hours. I'm not joking. And I don't even do more than, I think the most sprays I've done with this was 6. I tried 6, but after I did 6, I'm like, I'm cool with 3. I was like, I'll do 3 sprays of this, 3 to 4. And then I did layer it with, like I said, blue agave, and I layered it with Molecula 1. This is, when I layered it with this, it was when I did 3 sprays of this fragrance. But I like wearing this fragrance by itself because it already takes you on that journey, because it is a fresh fragrance. Even if you live in extreme high heat, I'm gonna throw it on right now. It's something that I personally haven't really smelled before. And when I say that I haven't really smelled it before, remember that I'm talking about with the general public, right? This is not the type of fragrance that you smell. I've already mentioned my pho story like 5 times since getting this scent, but in case you haven't heard that story, when I wore this as my scent of the day on my birthday. I went out to get some pho. The lady at the register was complimenting me on the scent. She was like, I'm sensitive to fragrances. So I felt bad. I was like, oh, damn, like, do you want me to kind of step back? I don't mind. She's like, no, I really like what you're wearing. She leans into me, she closes her eyes, and she's just taking like deep whiffs of this fragrance. She's asking me what it is, and she's like, that smells really good. So she was loving it. I've worn this to nearly every single event that I went to in July. And this has just been getting all the attention from women that I've been around. There's been a couple of guys that I was around, and they liked it, but like, I've just been around more women, and this has just been a no-brainer when I'm like giving hugs and stuff like that. So I have tried applying this on clothes, and it will seriously carry. For me, like, yes, wearing it on clothes every once in a while is great, but this on skin, I don't know what it is. When I'm giving those hugs and I'm wearing Aqua Oud behind each ear, the back of my neck, there's something that is just like, it's unique and it's seductive and it's fun. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's like this is a likable, complex, niche fragrance. When I say complex and when I'm doing this, again, I'm talking about with the general public. It's just not something that they smell. I know I mentioned with Blue Agave a similar thing. This one is probably more dumb reach than Aqua Oud. If you're somebody just going for mass appeal and you want it more on the masculine side, I'm gonna say try going with Blue Agave. For me, I find Aqua Oud to be more of a unisex fragrance. It's more of like a niche person's type of scent. You know, that oud, the reason I'm not saying it's not as much of a no-brainer as Blue Agave is just because of that oud note. If you're not familiar with it, if you're with people that might be sensitive to it and you don't know about it, then that can be the gamble with it. But again, the oud here is just like, to me, think of Oud Wood by Tom Ford, right? When you smell that fragrance, you get that uniqueness and people love it. Like the public love Oud Wood. Whenever I would wear Oud Wood, they're just like, oh, that's so good. And it's not typical, right? But the fragrance community dogs on it for not even really smelling like oud. In a similar sense, that's what I get with Aqua Oud, but the oud here is a little bit more noticeable, but just that blend of freshness, like you smell like pineapple, there's some melon in the opening, I think there's some bergamot as well. Now there is that ambergris, patchouli, and what's that third one with the trifecta? Ambergris, patchouli. There's a third note that usually throws me up. Like, I called it my trifecta, and I'm blanking on it right now, but if you remember, just put it in my comment section below. But those 3 notes are not the main drivers of this scent, because people have called me out. They're like, oh, Melissa, you said you hated those notes, but you love that fragrance. I don't smell those notes in this scent. This is fresh. This is just strong freshness. If you've watched my videos on Cedrat Posé, and I'm talking about my version of it, the screw cap one, whenever I would talk about that scent, I say, even if you're somebody that lives in cold weather year round and you're looking for that fresh scent that's going to be your ray of sunshine on those gloomy days, that's going to carry for hours, that's going to perform like a sweet scent, get to Drop Jose. I feel the same exact way about Aqua Oud. This is something that if you live in cold weather, you could pick this up. You're going to smell good. People are still going to smell you, and you're going to smell fresh. Your fragrance isn't going to die on you after 4 hours. Like, this makes a seamless transition. This is all seasons. To me, this is a fantastic signature scent. I will be wearing this as my signature scent. I do love Elysium. I talk about it all the time, but for me, like, it's just, by the way, when people say that, oh, Elysium is like a dupe of Sauvage or Aventus, I don't know what the hell those people are talking about. I think people just throw around clone and dupe all the time nowadays. But for me, this is very signature scent worthy, because when you wear a scent like this, nobody will smell like you. You don't have to gatekeep the fragrance that you're wearing when you've got on Aqua Oud, because when you say what it is and who, like, the brand is, people are not going to find that at Sephora. They're not going to find that at Neiman Marcus, at least right now, right? Who knows in the future? But this goes hard. This goes hard, all right? And if you haven't seen my video yet where I tried the new 6 fragrances, you guys can go check that out. There are some that I didn't like, but I was very honest in that video with what I was rocking with and what I wasn't. And this was my personal top. Like, this is what I would wear, but this is what I would recommend for other people. Hope that makes sense. All right, again, discount code for $40 off in the comments section if you guys want to support the channel. You don't have to use that, you don't have to do that, but I would rather just put that out there. And yeah, y'all, let me know what your top 5 favorite fragrances are. I hope y'all have a great day. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye.